Well, Darren, so much excitement and build up to this game, and I'm sure so much that you'll be disappointed with from that 90 minutes.
I don't know where to start, to be honest. We were slaughtered, battered. They ran more than us, they won more tackles, and I have to say, I have to apologise to the I suppose. I shouldn't be, but I will do, because I'm sorry, to take a support like that, given the fact of the circumstances surrounding the game, to put a performance like that in, I honestly just don't know where it's come from.
Do you have any explanation?
No, not at the moment. It just seemed a case of, we started the game, it was sloppy, and I know the conditions, but that's no excuse for the opportunity we had today. But listen, I've got to be careful, because we have still got an opportunity, and we can't forget that. We have to win our last 2 games. But if we play like that, we won't. Simple as that, we know that. So I've got to be careful, but it was a performance miles away today, and the Walsall thoroughly deserved to win the match. We didn't deserve anything out of it, for the reasons I've just given, and you have to give credit to Walsall. They were up for it, as we knew they would be, and I can't explain why we didn't play at the intensity that we have been doing.
Was there maybe, I know people say they don't look at the table, but everyone knows about how poor Walsall have been for so much of the season. Was it complacency perhaps?
No, there was no, I didn't see signs of that leading up to the game, and I try to reinforce that in the message that I gave them, and the fact that today would have been a harder game in the Sunderland match, because you've got a team fighting to stay in the league, and we had to match that. We didn't. That's why we lost the game. We didn't match Walsall in the key areas that you need to match. And I'm not going to come on here and kid anyone, that was the reason we lost the game. And that's a huge disappointment to us, but somehow we have to find a way of getting them going again. My most difficult thing to do now would be pick a team for Tuesday. And I take Woodyard out of that. Woodyard was at it, he won tackles, he ran, but if you're going to have one, it's very, very difficult to win a game of football.
Talk through the defending for all 3 goals.
Just terrible goals.
And I guess the first one, you're thinking, okay, it's not been the first half performance I want, but let's get in level. It comes in first half stoppage time, and you're there, suddenly changes the game plan. Yeah,
I mean, it's an awful goal to lose. All 3 goals were so poor. I mean, you probably got a better angle than me. I don't know what happened with the second one. The third one, bullied us. So it's a huge disappointment today, a huge disappointment for everyone, and we have to find a way of trying to get a result on Tuesday. So I'll have to pick them up, and like I say, it'll be difficult to pick a team, but obviously whatever team I pick, I expect to see a reaction from today, because we need one. But clearly on that, we're way off.
It was a big 60 seconds leading up to their second goal, because Matt Godden had a chance nearly to make it 1-1. Good tackle from the defender, but should he have been allowed to make that tackle? Should Godden have been clear, maybe making it 1-1?
Well, I think Ivan's put him through, and you're hoping at that point, because Godden is not the quickest. He didn't get away from the defender. I'm sort of hoping he takes it across the defender, which gives the defender a choice either to bring him down or he gets a shot at goal. And he didn't. And the defender
a bit too straight.
Yeah, he did. And the defender's made a good tackle. And then they go up the pitch. I don't know what we're doing at the edge of the box. I really don't. It's an awful day. An awful day. And look, you get them in football. I feel that the defeats that we've had, some of them, it's the manner of the defeat that's really...
Almost like Bradford away, maybe.
It's really hurt me, in the sense that it's almost become like, 1-0 down, yeah, you're not playing well, but, you've got 50 minutes to go, and once it goes 2, we're all over the place. So, look, I know what I want to do for next season in terms of what I want to recruit. The club, we know, and myself and the chairman and the staff have been working really hard. We've still got a lot to play for, this season. And now we need to concentrate on Tuesday. And I'm not just ignoring this, don't get me wrong, because the manner of it has hurt me, and there will be certain things I need to deal with in that. But now is not the time, in the sense of I've got to go again on Tuesday, I've got to pick them up, I've got to see a reaction, I've got to get a reaction out of them. I will be getting a reaction out of them. And we've got to try and go to Portsmouth, which will be a massive game, to get a result, and try, if we can, take it to the last game of the season. You win today, it's going to the last game of the season. Whatever you get.
Portsmouth's a free hit.
Well, yeah, it's a free hit, but I'm sort of at loss to see why they can't understand that. But that's something that a long time I'll have to deal with.
And for you, standing on the sidelines, for the fans who came here today,
agony.
fans listening at home, the thing you'll be asking yourselves is how can you go from that against Sunderland to this against Walsall? Yes, conditions play a part, but it's for both teams.
I've got nothing to do with that today. We can't be saying, well, we can't play in the wind. That's going to be difficult in this country. So I've got no excuses. I mean, the players should be gone over. You should have gone over and apologised. It's unacceptable. From Peterborough United, that's unacceptable. Even if it was a game that meant nothing, it was unacceptable. So I'll have to find the reasons for it. But like I keep saying, and I say, and all the fans will be listening, I'll get a reaction out of them. We need to go there and be positive and try and get a result and take it to the last game of the season. But today was an awful day at the office. Absolutely horrendous. And I don't know what else to say really.
How much of a blow was it losing George Cooper early on?
A blow. It was. He plays that position well. I then had a decision to make about do I bring Lee on or do I bring Ivan? I was close to playing 4-4-2 anyway, with Ivan and Goddard up front. It had nothing to do with formations or personnel. It was all to do with they ran more than us, they won more tackles than us. And for me to say that is so disappointing. So I have to find out why, and I have to get a reaction out of them very, very quickly because we haven't got long. I don't know what the score was in the Portsmouth game, but obviously it's going to be a huge...
I think it was 1-1, but
it's going to be a huge game. They need the points. We clearly need the points. We're capable. We've seen that we're capable. But as a manager, players drive you mad. Just when you think you've got them where you want them, that comes along.
What did George Cooper do?
I think he's twisted his ankle. I think it's quite a bad one, to be honest. I think they asked for a stretcher and then he said he was okay. But yeah, losing George was a blow because I know substitutions are important, especially at this part of the season. And obviously we brought Wardy on to try and give us a bit more energy. And then when the way the game was going, I had to get another attacker on, which it helped to a degree. But listen, the game had petered out by then.
Final words on Ryan Tafazoli. What's his situation?
Well, he trained. And it's becoming quite frustrating for me, I've got to be honest. He trained and then turned up today and say he felt his knee again. So it's difficult, it's frustrating because I didn't pick the team yesterday as sometimes I normally do because I felt we'll give him as long as we can. And he trained on Thursday, he trained yesterday and we felt fine, he's going to be fit. And then today, no.
Anything to do with the contract situation with him?
No,
contract?
no, it's nothing to do with that. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just a case of we're managing the situation, but it's very frustrating in the fact that we think he's fit and then all of a sudden he's not. It's frustrating for him, but I don't know. I can't. The situation and the position I'm in with it now is I can't risk certain things because obviously he clearly feels it.